There's a moment in every entrepreneur's life that they never forget. Mine came one Friday afternoon. I remember sitting in my small office. It was quiet, too quiet. The kind of silence that only exists when pressure is building in your chest. It was payday. I opened my laptop, logged into my banking dashboard, and stared at the numbers. Nothing. Just a balance that couldn't even cover half of what I owed my team. And yet, I had made sales. I had sent invoices. Clients were happy. So where was the money? In that moment, something broke inside me. I felt like I had failed. Not just my business, but the people who trusted me enough to give their hours, their energy, their hope to my vision. And here I was, about to tell them, I'm sorry, I can't pay you today. That night, I didn't sleep. I sat on the floor of that office trying to calculate what went wrong. And the worst part, I didn't even know. I had believed in hustle, work hard, sell more, deliver, repeat. And it worked, at least that's what I thought. Until the system broke down. Until I had no answer for a team member who asked, "Boss, will salaries reflect today?" And for the first time, I realized this wasn't just about cash flow. This was about visibility. This was about structure. I had been running a business the way most of us do in the early days, based on instinct, adrenaline, and spreadsheet chaos. But what got me started was never going to take me where I wanted to go. You see, what I learned in that moment changed everything. Hustle makes money, structure builds wealth. Let me explain. When you're starting out, your number one focus is survival. Make a sale, deliver, repeat. And that's okay for a while. But there comes a point in every business where the lack of structure stops being a small leak and starts being the reason you sink. That's what had happened to me. I didn't track when clients paid. I didn't have a real system to know what was owed, what was delayed, or what was promised. I had no visibility of burn rate, projected income, or actual liabilities. I was guessing. And guesswork is a dangerous place to run a business from. Let me be blunt. If your payroll depends on how well your memory serves you, you're not running a business. You're surviving a storm with your eyes closed. Now, this isn't just about tech. It's about building a business that can breathe without you gasping for air every month end. What I discovered next was life-changing. I began setting up systems, not software, systems. I documented where every cent went. I tracked client payments in real time. I automated reminders, invoices, and reconciliations. I set permissions so no one could touch the system without traceability. And I created one powerful rule. If it's not recorded, it doesn't exist. You don't need to be a tech wizard, but you do need to be honest with yourself. Can your business survive without constant guesswork? Mine couldn't. Not until I built systems that gave me the clarity I didn't know I needed. I remember helping a client who went through something much worse. They were using a system that wasn't built for trust or traceability. It was during COVID. The tax authority requested documents for an audit. The finance manager went in confidently to pull invoices, only to discover nothing. The records were gone. It turns out their staff had been taking payments from clients, deleting the invoices, and pocketing the money. This went on for months, maybe years. By the time the dust settled, they had lost over $350,000 in fraud, and the tax authority had slapped a $150,000 fine on top. It was devastating. When I came in to help, we had to recover data, rebuild trust, and implement controls. It was forensic work, painful, but necessary. The manager later said, "If you see us finance people leaving, just know the company might not survive what happened." Let that sink in. Business systems are not just administrative tools. They are lifelines. When they fail, or when we don't set them up right, it's not just numbers that suffer. It's livelihoods, reputations, entire futures. So, I want to ask you a hard question. What would happen in your business if tomorrow morning you were audited? Would you have the answers? Would you find the invoices? Would you even know where to look? Here's another one. If you disappeared for 2 weeks, could your team keep the business running? Could payroll be done, clients served, stock ordered, or would it all collapse without your energy holding it up? If your answer makes you uncomfortable, good. That's where transformation starts. You don't need to wait for a crisis. You don't need to lose your team's trust like I almost did. You can build your structure now. One process at a time, one dashboard at a time, one system decision at a time. It doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to start. I share this not because I figured it all out, but because I almost didn't make it. I was almost that founder who crashed the very business he built. But now, I build with structure, I scale with systems, and I lead with clarity. If this story resonated with you, if you've ever had that same silence on payday, don't ignore it. Subscribe to this channel. We're going deeper into real stories, real lessons, and real systems that save businesses. And if you want to start now, get our free business assessment checklist. Use it to identify the blind spots that could be costing you more than you realize. Because the sooner you build structure, the sooner you buy peace. And trust me, peace is a priceless business investment.